want to do.
I got in trouble one time when I was young in church. I asked one of the mothers, why y'all always call out Jesus when there's a travesty or some kind of issue is going on, but yet Jesus never shows up? She got very upset and she said, son, Jesus is always here. Jesus is always present. Well, if Jesus is here, then Jesus is just a bystander because he actually never stops anything. You call out Jesus, like in this situation, these people are crying out, Jesus, Jesus, wailing, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But it is not Jesus who came down and broke up the fight. Jesus never showed up to break the fight up. Human hands broke up the fight. Or in this case, it looked like the young man just said, forget it, let's go outside. Too many people in the way for me to whoop that ass. But Jesus never seems to show up. And people always, during the tragedy of something, a building is on fire and there's people in the fire and in the fire and people outside, where is Jesus? Oh, Jesus. And the fire just burning, Jesus, oh, and the people in there dying, Jesus, oh, getting smoke inhalation, oh, Jesus, Jesus. And the firemen show up and they try to put it out, but Jesus, Jesus, the fire's still burning. But you're wailing out Jesus. Jesus doesn't show up. Jesus doesn't come here with some walk around money. Jesus doesn't do a thing. My ancestors called for Jesus for 200 years of slavery. And they died calling on Jesus, enslaved. Others of my ancestors lived during Jim Crow, calling on Jesus. And they died. Jesus never showed up. The 1960s, marching and protesting and economic protesting and acts of violence in some cases, that showed up. Things have gotten better. But Jesus never showed up. Malcolm X showed up. Martin King showed up. Stokely Carmichael showed up. Huey showed up. Those people showed up. Jesus never showed up. 9/11, as planes were crashing into the buildings and crashing into the Pentagon and crashing in Pennsylvania, Jesus never showed up. They say the people on the plane in Pennsylvania were praying. Jesus did not take the wheel. So this outcry for Jesus to show up, Jesus wailing, does absolutely nothing. At 53 years old, I am fully justified in thinking that the mother who had condemned me for questioning that was wholly wrong. And I know that she was wholly wrong because she prayed and cried, Jesus, for one of her sons who kept going in and out of jail. And then he was finally murdered while in the act of committing a crime. Jesus. And it never worked. You can cry out all day, all night. It's never going to work. But let me tell you what does work. Get up off your ass. Change your mindset. Start doing things that lead you into the direction of the goal that you want to achieve. That gets things done. Now, there are some situations that you will not have control over. Your house is on fire. You cannot call Jesus, call the fire department. You're being robbed and you have the ability to call somebody, call the police. You sit in your day-to-day activities, learn some self-defense so that if someone attacks you, that then you might be able to handle yourself and survive. You have to take ownership on yourself. If someone broke into my house right now, it is not calling upon Jesus or any other deity that is going to save my life or keep the person from robbing this house. It is my 9 mil and my 12 gauge that's going to prevent them from doing so if I utilize the tactics that me and my wife have devised up and practiced in this household. That's what's going to work. You broke? Make yourself more marketable. Create a business, start a business. Use one of your hobbies to create money. Make yourself more marketable to the marketplace, more valuable to the marketplace. Create a product, create a service. Learn how to budget your money and learn how to not have to go and have everything that everybody else has at the same time. Having problems with your diabetes, with the gout, feeling all the other problems that come with being overweight, start exercising and eating right. It's quite simple. Exercise, eat right. Calories in minus calories out equals your weight. Eat foods that are alive. Eat foods that are healthy. Exercise every day. All those things will improve. You can sit on the couch and call Jesus all day, but you won't lose a pound. The arthritis is not going to go away. The pain in your back ain't going to stop. The bad skin ain't going to turn to good skin. You still ain't going to be able to see your feet or see your ping ping or your poom poom. Get off that ass and get some exercise going. That's how you do it. So calling for Jesus. You might as well call for McDonald's. Ronald, please, Ronald, come down, bring the hamburger with you. Oh, Ronald. Because you're going to get about as much done as calling on the name of Jesus. There is absolutely no reason to call his name. So y'all have a great day. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.